Hey guys, welcome back to Mr. Gaddy's room. If you are new to my channel, my name is Sam Gaddy, and as everybody knows already, I am a 6 through 12 band and choir director in the state of Missouri. Today, in my high school choir classes, I did my first sight singing assessment. I think what's going to happen is my students are going to download the Sight Reading Factory app on their phone or have access to the computer at home, and the next time I give them a sightseeing assessment, it will be up to them to complete it on their own by a certain time period. Let's say I do it by like next Wednesday, September the 9th. Let's say I do that. What I would need to do is I would have to have the students' names on the Sight Reading Factory account, and once they have access to that, they can practice and record themselves, and they can send it to me and stuff like that too. I'll have to play around with that a little bit this week. Just I need to be more familiar with recording stuff on Sight Reading Factory as well. Also, when you stop and think about it, I do have some kids in the high school that have done stuff on Sight Reading Factory online before, so if I'm unfamiliar with it, they have been great help to me. My high school band, once again, they prove that they have great leadership. I'm blessed with great leadership, but every day I get up in front of the podium, I get so much more comfortable directing the band and doing what I want, and I think that's a sense, some sort of sense that they trust in me and all decisions that I make. Friday's our home opener for football game, but we had a meeting this morning as a faculty, and we found out that our senior night's going to be moved to this Friday night, because of what's going on out there. But basically, they're going to honor all the football seniors, basically. But that'll be our first pep band for football. I made the executive decision to keep it as a pep band rather than trying to march to the national anthem and then make a tunnel. If we do that at all, we're going to try and work on that some more for the next home game. And then as we get later on in the season, we'll be more comfortable playing all these songs. I just think that, if I'm in this position next year, I think that, a band camp will be necessary, just so that we can, for sure, get everybody on the same page. But for this year, we're just going to keep it the way it was. And the executive decision for me is a good decision. It's just to keep everybody on the track with music stands and the music in front of them. At this point, I'd rather have a band sound good than have a band sound like absolute junk. So that's why I made the decision to keep the band on the track. In my junior high choir class today, we discussed briefly about more key signatures, particularly the flat key signatures. We're going to review some of that tomorrow, and we're going to also do some more review on writing the solfege and stuff. We are going to do some more of that more this week, and we're going to do some of that on their own, one day this week and turn it in for a grade, so they can get all the solfege and stuff in. We're just going to keep it easy. I'm just going to keep it at C major, obviously, with C being do, okay? It'd be middle C. Music educators, if you have a beginning choir that does a lot of sightseeing, I recommend C major as a good starting key. That'd be a good tool to success in my general view. My junior high band, we're at different levels. The 7th grade, I know that the clarinet players we're working on again over the break, but it's going to have to take a lot of patience and perseverance. My other 7th graders are doing just fine. It's just what happened with COVID and everything. They got behind, but I'm not afraid. We're going to catch back up as much as we can. I'm going to look over the syllabuses, see who's turned them in, who hadn't turned them in, and I'm actually going to get ready to work out in a few minutes. So I will talk to you guys again tomorrow, and we got rental night tomorrow night, so exciting time for me. We got 10 or 11 beginners. I'll have an exact number for you tomorrow, and you have a great night. Today is Tuesday and it's a new month. It's September 1st, 2020, and I'm having a very productive day today. I went over a little bit of theory with my choir students, particularly my high school choir students. I think if the kids are going to be able to sightseeing at an efficient level, then they're going to have to recognize the idea of the different key signatures involving a flat and a sharp. Um, the way I understood it, the order of flats is always the same. So the order of flats for teachers that are trying to figure out how to teach flats and sharps, the order of flats is B, E, A, D, G, C, F. And then the order of sharps is the complete opposite. Like, it's just the complete opposite. So, we had to go over that, and then I quizzed my students a little bit on flats and sharps. Obviously, C major is easy, G major is easy, F major is easy, because as we know, F major only has one flat in it, and G major only has one sharp in it. So that's pretty successful. My Some of my junior high band students got their new band method book today. You know, we have a lot of growth to do in that band, but I think when we all play together, I'm talking about my 7th and 8th graders, I think when we all play together, we sound the best we can. I know there's definitely some technical things I have to work on. The 7th grade clarinet players that I got right now, we're going to go over the break and stuff tomorrow during class. And what I will do is, for the others that hadn't got over that yet, I hope to only take 10 minutes of class time tomorrow, so that way I can make sure they get their armatures firm and their chins are flat. Okay, that is like the main key component of that. Okay, and then I got instrumental rental night tonight at the elementary school, and then my music dealer is going to show up at 5, and we're going to have it from 5:30 to 6:30, and due to the coronavirus guidelines that has for reopening schools, we are asking the students' last names A through K to go from 5:30 to 6, and then last names L through Z go from 6 to 6:30, and obviously for 6:37 we'll pack up the tables and chairs away, but we're not going to exactly start setting up until after the elementary volleyball team gets done with their practice, which will be 5 o'clock, but it shouldn't take us that long to set up. If maybe we leave the volleyball net on the gym floor. But I am getting a little more organized. I think I went through some of my syllabuses last night, and I figured out that if kids hadn't turned in their syllabuses in yet, they need to get that done. But I will really stress that the next couple of days. So right now I am in a pressure for time. I'm getting ready to head over to the elementary school for the last elementary band meeting before rental night. I'm having a very productive day. It is Tuesday, and we are striving to get better with this. So I will see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Well, we skipped a day this week for the blogs, but I was grading some classwork that my junior high choir students did, just writing the solfege and stuff like that. I guess I need to be more specific when I'm given directions, just because whenever you're writing solfege, you need to write do, re, mi, and you need to write like exactly how it's spelled. I was pretty lenient with the kids, just simply because of the fact that I didn't give them those directions. So I told them today in class, I said that I was going to be lenient with you this time, but the next time we do it, each syllable is going to be a point, and it's just going to have to be that way. I'm also going to do some quizzes on key signatures tomorrow of all my choir classes. I feel like we got a pretty good amount of them. And then I'm going to introduce the circle fifths tomorrow with them, as far as what that is concerned. a lot has gone on since I blogged on Tuesday. I found out that we've had quite a few students in quarantine, but it's not going to worry me at this point. The only thing that's going to worry me at this point is God, and I think we can do what we have to do to control and put our faith and trust in Him. That's what I have to do as an educator, and that's what we have to strive for by every day. Try our best and give our glory to God. So I've been keeping track of a band student. I've gave him some material to work on from a method book. I'll play around with Sight Reading Factory some more, just simply because of the fact that we had more sight reading assessments, but I failed to realize that this we needed to write another subscription, but I don't think my subscription actually expires until February of 2021. So at this point, I feel pretty confident, but we very well could be wrong. As far as I know right now, we are continuing to do sightseeing assessments in person. I tried setting one up on Sight Reading Factory, but I just didn't realize that the students had a specific date to which their subscription expired. I'm just going to have that conversation with all my high school choir students tomorrow, since they're supposed to take the test, sight reading assessment next week. If not everybody can log it on, but I'm not going to penalize them specifically for it. I'm just going to wait until Wednesday or Thursday next week just to take it in person. And just the way I would probably do it if it didn't work out to where they do it online is they come into my office and sightseeing for me using the solfege and stuff like that. Then they'd be graded on it. But I'm going to figure things out. I'm still a new teacher in the new school district, and that's the way it takes. I am liking my beginning band. I think we are having a lot of fun, and we are definitely enjoying ourselves. The kids, I think, are working really hard to get a good sound out of their mouthpieces. My instrumentation for beginning band will include 2 flutes, a saxophone, a trumpet, a trombone, a baritone, and 4 percussion. So that will be fun. And so I'll have 10 or 11 beginners, which is not bad, over 50%. They have 20 6th graders in the school, the elementary school, and I tried to recruit as much as I can, and I got the ones that wanted to do it, and that was perfectly fine. Our football game for tomorrow night was canceled because of COVID-19, and we actually had some football players that had to be quarantined or have tested positive for coronavirus. So they are recovering, and that's why we feel like our athletic director made the right decision to cancel the game, just simply because of the fact that we want to be safe and we want to be healthy about it. And I feel bummed out for my kids, but at the same time, it's just I need some more time to work on some marching fundamentals with them. I think the freshmen are getting it down. It's just that when memorizing music and things like that, I feel like it's just they need more repetition, and they need more coming in, and practicing and stuff, before class. I mean, and, I'm there for them, and we have 3 juniors and we have 4 seniors in the band. So we have some good leadership in the program, and I'm very blessed to have some good leadership in the band program. The junior high band's going good. Our clarinet players are a little behind and going over the break. It's just because of the fact that they missed a lot during distance learning. So I feel like at this point, I have to really work on firming up their embouchure and really making sure their holes are covered down all the way. I want to make it as successful of an experience with them as I can, knowing that we do have some catching up to do. So we were supposed to take some playing tests today, but today was picture day. and I was working on it with the 8th graders. They have a playing test on a different day. The 7th graders were supposed to have a different playing test today. They had a test over the concert B-flat tetra yesterday, and most of them did well. And eventually we're going to go over to the E-flat tetra, the A-flat tetra. 7th graders are testing this way, and then the 8th graders have tested on certain concepts. From what I understood, they have tested on all their scales and tetras and stuff, so I feel like at this point, just, sometimes you have to roll with the punches, and, you have to be prepared. We have to write plans, just like, we have to plan for things in school, we have to plan for a performance. But I feel like by concert band season, I'll be more confident in front of my high school band, just simply because of the fact that I did mainly concert stuff at my old school, and I had like 4 or 5 kids in a band, and now I have 23 in my high school band, and we've had a lot of tradition marching in our fall festival in our community, and we play at all the football games and stuff like that, and so that's pretty much it for me. I thought I was going to make copies, but at this point, I'm going to have to get out of here. We do have some custodians here that are disinfecting the whole school. I was just going to try and get as much work as I can done today. So anyhow, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Take care. As you can see here from my look, I just got a haircut not too long ago, but I look like a new man. If you like this week's videos, hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. I've had some ups and downs in the last 2 weeks, but I think, I'm able to realize that every time I notice that there's something that, I feel like I need to improve on in my teaching, and, I'm able to step up to the plate and, try and learn upon those mistakes I've made in the first 2 weeks. I feel like anytime that any new teacher, myself included, is in a situation where we're in a new school, we're taking over for somebody, I feel like, though, it's a lot of overwhelmness at first, but as time comes around, I think the kids are going to get used to me more. They're going to be comfortable with me as their band director and choir director. Although I will say that in my 5th hour choir class today, I did have a pretty positive, open-ended discussion with my students in there, and they provided me some good feedback. As far as our vocal warm-ups are concerned, I feel like we ought to do more warm-ups with our vowel shapes. So if you're a music teacher and a choral director, you do realize the idea that you need to have tall vowels. So the A, E, O, U. Gotta have a tall vowel and not a diphthong. You know what I mean? And that's something that I'm gonna do a lot more work of with both my 4th and 5th hour choir classes, just simply because of the fact that when it comes to choral music, then what the judges at contests are going to be looking for is just diction and vowel shape and stuff like that. So again, if it's A, E, O, U, then it's just those tall vowels. And then when you really expressing the consonants, just really make sure you hit those consonants right on the dot. So I wasn't able to get to the circle fifths with my 5th hour choir, just simply because of the fact that I didn't plan the open-end discussion, but I'm glad that we did. My students gave me some stuff to work on as a teacher. As far as organization and things are concerned. And I'm actually grateful that there is no football game tonight. It does give me some goals that I have for the high school band for next Friday night. We're supposed to have a home game next Friday. And I still feel like at this point, we are getting up to memorizing the national anthem. But it will take some work, but I'm pretty confident at this point that they are going to get the work done when it matters the most. And my junior high band, we had a playing test today in the 7th grade. If you're a band director, if you're familiar with Essential Elements 2000, that is the band method book that I am currently using. And during distance learning, our 7th graders got behind. And as I told you a couple days ago on my blog, our clarinet players are really trying to go over the break. And, they really, really need to work on their embouchure, black chin, really firm up, and get more breath support from your diaphragm. Because if you have clarinet players that are wanting to go over the break, then they'll really have to take the breath right over here and really get that air up to par. But I think I have some pretty hardworking kids. I have a band kid in particular that already wants some tutoring, and I think that's awesome. And we're going to set that up either every Tuesday or every Wednesday. Just depends on what day works. 7th grade choir had a quiz over writing the solfege. That's part of sightseeing. And, as I told you yesterday, I was pretty lenient with them as far as the spelling of the solfege was concerned. But I did have my coworker, special ed director, and now also elementary music teacher. I did have her come in, and I have some solfege posters that I'm going to hang up in my room at some point next week. It's going to be order from low do to high do. And that way the kids will understand that they will be able to get that down. Like they'll be able to see from the visual preference. Because some kids need that. Some kids really need that. And I took that today, and we really just focused on solfege, and we did manage to sing through the national anthem. When doing it in unison, whenever it considers to be middle school or late elementary school, I kind of like to do that in G major, just simply because, the vocal range is just simply not up there yet. It's just like everybody can sing. Like, they're changing voices and things like that whenever they get to be 12, 13 years old. They develop some voice changes as, we go through puberty and things like that. And then in beginning band today, we had some kids that were able to hit some notes down. We weren't actually working through the book, but since I've taught beginning band 5 prior years, I am quite familiar with the notes and stuff for like clarinet, saxophone, flute, not necessarily trombone. I think the trombone player I have this year, that's the first trombone player that I have worked on as a beginner in my whole career. My beginning baritone player that I have, this is my second baritone player that I have worked on as a beginner and stuff like that too. But student ownership's got to be the thing I got to focus on. Is, yeah, the program is mine, but it's as much the kids' program as my program. It's our program. I try to make the best decisions on behalf of the kids, and it's just the way it ought to be. And I'm satisfied with how these 2 weeks have gone. I am going to really relax this weekend. I'm still gonna get my workout in tonight, but I am gonna relax tomorrow. But at some point tonight, I really don't want to have to wait until Monday to do it. I am gonna get some grading done and put it in our grade book real quick. Probably gonna try to get that all done tonight if at all possible. So, again, if you liked this week's videos, give me a subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I'd really like for you to be a supporter of Mr. Gaddy's room. Like I said, it's just been a good first 2 weeks so far, and I hope you have a safe and memorable Labor Day weekend. Just continue to stay safe. Continue to social distance whenever possible. If you can't social distance, please wear a mask. Because I do want to try to stay in person as long as we can. Because I think that's what our kids need at this point. Kids across the United States, they need to be at school. They need to see people in person. And, these are just unprecedented times. And that's just the way it is. So, you take care, and I will see you Tuesday. We have Labor Day, so we have no school on Monday. So I will see you on Tuesday.